Hi there. I'm recording this message specifically for someone who is saying, Dr. Sam, my life is full of weaknesses, mistakes, and failures that I don't think God can forgive. And I don't think God can use me either. My weaknesses are so much that I'm afraid I will disappoint Him at a particular point in time. So why even try? Why even get into understanding what my purpose is? Because I feel like I have failed God. I feel like I've ruined my purpose. I feel like I've ruined His plans for my life. Listen, you cannot ruin God's plans for your life. I don't know the gravity of your mistake. I don't know the gravity of your failure. I don't know specifically what you have done or how bad it is. But what I know is, no matter how bad what you have done is, it can't ruin God's plan. All that you have done with your life, or all that has happened in your life, people can judge you for those, but God doesn't judge you for all of it. I'm very serious. God actually still wants to use you. The very same reason why you think God can't use you is actually the very same reason why God wants to use you. Let me say that again a bit slowly. The very reason you think God cannot use you, will not have any business with you about, is the very same reason God actually really wants to use you. He wants to use your brokenness. He wants to use your failures. He wants to use your mistakes. He wants to use your weaknesses to communicate to people that even in their brokenness, in their weakness, He can still use them. So literally, you think you're not a candidate to be used by God, whereas God is saying you're the perfect candidate. You see time and time again in the scriptures and in history, people that God have used so mightily, so powerfully, they were never without weakness. Let me give you an example. Peter was one of them. Isn't it strange that the same guy who denied Jesus 3 times, it doesn't make any sense. You and I would judge Peter as someone unusable by God. If you have denied God, what else? What worse thing could you still do? All right. But that's the very same person God was interested in using to become the leader of the church. Jesus appeared to him at a point and said, Peter, do you love me? If you love me, feed my sheep. In other words, I'm laying out the entire church into your hands. Go and lead. Go and feed my sheep. And imagine imagine God putting his sheep in the hand of someone who's denied him 3 times. Like, isn't God, risking too much by putting that in the hands of Peter? But he knows what he's doing. That very same Peter ended up preaching several times, and thousands were added to the church. I don't know if he made Peter's kind of mistake, but I have another illustration for you. There was a time God was speaking to Jeremiah. In Jeremiah chapter 18 itself, the Bible said God told Jeremiah to go to the potter's house. Potters are those who, with clay, make pots, right? And he should look at what the potter was doing. As soon as Jeremiah got there, Jeremiah saw the potter making a pot, and that pot didn't turn out the way it should turn out. Right? So what the potter had to do was break that thing down and remold it into something else that would be amazing. And God had to pass a message across to Jeremiah saying, listen, I can do the same with your life. Even if what your life has turned out to be right now doesn't look like what it should have turned out to be, maybe because of your mistakes, maybe because of an early pregnancy, maybe because of divorce, whatever it is that you are using to count yourself out, that's the very same reason God is counting you into his plans. And just like that potter remolded that stuff into a beautiful, valuable, awesome pot, God can remold your life into a beautiful, amazing, awesome masterpiece. Listen, he knows everything about you in the first place. He's not shocked by your weakness. He's not shocked. He's not surprised by all that you have done or all that has happened in your life. He's not moved by your brokenness. Instead, he wants to use your brokenness to make other broken people whole. And this is why I'm sharing this message with you. I myself sharing this message. I'm not perfect. I've had many mistakes and I'm still making mistakes every day. I have lots of weaknesses myself, but God is still using me. And if he can use me, he can use you too. I hope this has blessed you. God bless you.